when you have a quarterback that comes in and he's expected to provide a boost.
All right, he's in now. I'll just let you know he's in.
What's going on? How do you want to go?
Hey, I'll call you back.
Second down.
I think they've said that Gabriel's in the concussion protocol and Sanders looks like he's going to play this week. So he's going to get a lot of reps this week, and we'll get to see what it really looks like this coming week with Shedeur Sanders.
Let's fucking go.
For months, the city buzzed with rumors, frustration, and quiet conversations. People kept wondering why Shedeur Sanders, one of the biggest college football stars of his time, still wasn't getting a real chance. Why was a fifth-round pick, once projected as a top 5 talent, standing on the sideline with a headset instead of lining up under center? No one could understand why he wasn't being...
Yeah, for instance, I know our fans have a lot of expectations and hope. And I would be doing a disservice to myself and disservice to the organization if I didn't feel like I am the guy. I did everything I need to. I'm doing everything I need to prepare to be the best version of myself as possible. With the circumstances, everything got to be sped up, and that's great. You know, I like pressure in life. I'm just excited for everything. So, you know, I feel like I'm the guy. I know I'm the guy, but, you know, you just have to be able to see. The game got to speak.
But on Wednesday morning, all the guessing stopped. The patience wore out. The waiting, the politics, and even the behind-the-scenes tension that Deion Sanders hinted at. It all ended with 8 simple words from Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. Shedeur Sanders will be our starting quarterback.
Very disappointed with Peter Schrager right
Here we go.
I mean, what a tepid response.
Rational.
Talk about lukewarm. I mean, damn. I mean, listen, we all know, listen, Peter, where's the guy so incredibly connected to the National Football League with sources everywhere, knowing your football backwards and forwards the way that you do? Where's the guy that was saying, what's up with the cadence issue? What's up with no first team reps? What's up with the fact that Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time NFL Coach of the Year, 2020 and 2023, having a quarterback who's a rookie, really ill-prepared to be on the football field last week? Where that Peter Schrager at? Now, come on, man. Come on now. This is what I'm talking about here when I'm talking about. Listen, in the interest of full disclosure, Doggy, Swagoo, and Peter.
Just like that. Sunday's matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders suddenly became more than just another Week 12 game. It turned into a milestone the moment Shedeur Sanders finally enters the NFL stage as the starter. Not as an emergency backup, not as a mid-game fill-in, but as the leader of a franchise that has been searching for answers since 1999. And he knows exactly how important that is. Knows it.
We've had Shedeur on this show before, pre-draft. I know he struggled a little bit, but did move the ball and gave them an opportunity that just didn't work in their favor.
Yeah, you know, regardless, you know, we have a job to get done, and we got to, you know, make his life miserable, and we got to shut down their offense, you know, for us to have a chance. And I got a ton of respect for, obviously, OG, you know, Deion and his whole family. You know, they're great people, and they'll be fine.
I walked into Berea on Wednesday. Reporters noticed something different. There was a spark in his voice they hadn't heard since Colorado's wild 20,123 season. He didn't try to hide his excitement. It's going to be exciting. You can't miss this moment, he told the media, almost like he was promising them that Sunday would be unlike anything they had seen this year. For the first time all season, Shedeur took every first-team rep, every throw with Jerry Jeudy, every timing route with Amari Cooper, every read, every movement, all the runs.
Shedeur Sanders is expected to start Sunday in the game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Kevin Stefanski was asked today if he changed anything, how reps were divided up among quarterbacks.
I think it's important that you do what you think is right for a football team. The development of our players is constant. It doesn't happen just in one drill or in one practice or one meeting. So we trust our guys to be ready to go, and Shedeur's ready to go. I know he wants to play better. I want to coach better, but that'll come through work.
He contradicted himself a little bit. The key word that he just said, develop. The only way to develop is to get the reps. You need to develop in just-in-case scenarios with those you're going to play with on Sundays. That's how you develop. That's what they didn't do. If you don't get reps with the number ones, it's not like a plug and play and all of a sudden you go out there and you're going to change things. They already need help. So to think he's going to come in there and be all world without actually practicing with the ones, come on, man. It's the NFL, man. Come on, stop that.
The backup got reps. We got 2 veteran guys that's taking reps. You're not going to give this guy any reps, and then you expect him. And then somebody said, Tom Moore said, Peyton Manning took all the reps. Ain't nobody getting no reps. When Peyton Manning got hurt and nobody take no reps, ask Tom Moore what happened to the whole staff. Everybody got fired.
Stefanski don't got to worry about that because the person who wants to do the firing came out publicly and said, this isn't my pick. This is not who I wanted.
And Stefanski made one thing very clear. Everything in the offense would be shaped around what Shedeur sees best. You want concepts that fit his eyes, Stefanski said. You want him comfortable. You want him confident. Comfort, however, wasn't what he felt during his first appearance against the Baltimore Ravens. That game was rough, a pressured, rushed, awkward outing where he went 4 of 16 for just 47 yards and threw a game-sealing interception. It wasn't the debut Browns fans hoped for, but it also wasn't the full story. That was Shedeur on short notice. No rhythm, no timing, no chemistry. And, as he reminded everyone, 0 reps with the starters all. Year Sunday will be different. What makes this moment even bigger is the quiet battle behind the scenes. The one Deion Sanders talked about in Boulder. I know the fight behind the fight, he said. The room went silent, because everyone understood what he meant. Without him saying it directly, Shedeur wasn't just fighting defenses. He was fighting perception, draft politics. A fractured back from Colorado, a fall from top 5 prospect to a day 3 pick, and a quarterback room where Dylan Gabriel had the advantage because of draft value. He dealt with a fan base desperate for wins. A team dealing with injuries, expectations, and financial commitments. Through all of it, Shedeur stayed locked in. He studied, he worked, he asked questions, and he waited. He waited longer than most sons of legends wait. He waited longer than quarterbacks who shattered NCAA passing records are ever asked to wait. He waited while people called him a project, a system player, a celebrity quarterback. And finally, when fate opened the door through Gabriel's concussion, Shedeur didn't just walk in, he kicked it down. There was no hesitation, no nervousness, no apology for being ready. When reporters asked if he believed he could be more than a temporary fill-in, he answered with the quote that exploded across sports shows. I feel like I'm the guy. I know I'm the guy. It wasn't arrogance. It was preparation. It was pressure turned into confidence. It was what his father calls spiritual and mental armor. And it was also reality. The Cleveland Browns have had 41 starting quarterbacks since returning in 1999 on Sunday. Shedeur becomes number 41, and number 42, a number he mentioned, might be the unbelievable part because he may finally be the one who stays. Cleveland hasn't had stability at quarterback since Bernie Kosar. Deshaun Watson is still recovering from his second Achilles injury. Gabriel is out. The team needs direction, leadership, and someone who won't shy away from the moment. And Shedeur has lived in moments like these his entire life. His father thrived in prime time. His college games were events. His brand grew under pressure. His toughness, as Deion has said, was shaped by adversity. Sunday won't overwhelm him. If anything, it fits him perfectly, as Shedeur takes his first snaps as QB1. There's a chance his father won't even be in the stadium. Deion Sanders, tied to Colorado's Saturday schedule, hasn't yet decided. But when asked last week about watching his son finally step onto an NFL field, he didn't hide his emotions. I was in tears, he said. Not because Shedeur completed passes, but because he survived the back injury that nearly ended his career, survived the draft slide that stunned analysts, survived everything behind the curtains. As Deion called it, survived the pressure of Cleveland's expectations. Thank God he was built for this, Deion said. A lesser man would have crumbled. And for the first time in months, Cleveland's front office and coaching staff seemed to recognize it. Players described a different energy at practice this week. A different level of command in the huddle. A different voice. This wasn't last week's nervous emergency backup. This was a quarterback running the offense, not reacting to it. Most importantly, He looked free. Cleveland fans have witnessed decades of heartbreak, chaos, and quarterback struggles. They're skeptical by nature, hopeful because they have to be, and emotional because Cleveland sports demand it. But this week feels different. There's excitement. There's curiosity. There's belief. And Shedeur senses it. "I know our fans have expectations and hope," he said. "I'd be doing a disservice to myself and to the organization if I didn't feel like I am the guy." He didn't run from the moment. He didn't downplay it. He embraced it the way true athletes do, with confidence that sounds almost like prediction. "The game has to speak," he said. And on Sunday, for the first time, the game will speak his language. This debut isn't just football. It's confirmation. It's patience being rewarded. It's a son proving himself to every scout, critic, and fan who doubted him. It's a father in Boulder knowing his son is ready. It's a franchise starving for identity finally getting hope. If Shedeur plays well, he keeps the job. He changes the narrative. He shifts the course of Cleveland's season and maybe their future. If he struggles, he returns to the shadows, fighting the same perceptions that have followed him. This moment will define the early chapter of his NFL career. Some quarterbacks are eased into the league. Shedeur is being thrown straight into the fire, and he likes the heat. The lights in Las Vegas will be bright. The pressure will be heavy. The cameras will be everywhere, and after months of waiting, after weeks of hints, and after one emotional roller coaster season, Shedeur Sanders will run onto the field not as a backup, not as a storyline, but as the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. The city will watch. His father will watch. And the league will watch. And if Shedeur is right, if he really is the guy, then Sunday won't just be a beginning. It'll be the start of a new era.